In an age of gods and monsters, there was a man born in shadow, a hunter in a world of beasts, a warrior forged in solitude, whose silence commanded armies and whose pride could shatter worlds. He was the first of his kind, the first Primarch, the Lion. Today we tell the tale of Lion El-Jonson, Primarch of the Dark Angels, the Emperor's firstborn son, and one of the most tragic, complex, and enduring figures in all of Warhammer's grim darkness. The world of Caliban was a place of decay, a planet long abandoned by the light of the Imperium, where humanity survived in fortress cities, surrounded by vast, haunted forests. Within those forests lurked ancient abominations, creatures twisted by the warp and time itself. They were the nightmares of a forgotten age. It was into this darkness that fate cast a child of the Emperor, an infant whose gene-crafted form should have been raised in splendour upon terror, instead fell, through the madness of the warp, into the primal wilds of Caliban. He grew up without speech, without family, and without mercy. For years the boy survived alone, a feral being who hunted monsters with nothing but sharpened instinct and unyielding will. When a band of knights from the Order discovered him, they were struck not by his savagery, but by his presence. Their leader, Luther, gave him a name in the old Calabrian tongue, Lion El-Jonson, the lion son of the forest. Over time, the boy became a man. He learned speech, tactics, and philosophy. He united the fractious knightly orders of Caliban and led them on a crusade to purge the monsters that infested their world. By the time the last beast was slain, the lion's legend had eclipsed that of every mortal ruler. He was the saviour of Caliban and its master. When the Emperor's fleet reached Caliban, the lion was no longer a wild child, but a conqueror. For the first time, he stood before the father who had created him. Where many Primarchs raged and swept at the revelation, the lion simply knelt. He had always known that he was destined for something greater. The Emperor saw in him not only his strength, but his discipline, and entrusted him with the command of the First Legion of Space Marines, the mightiest and oldest of all. Thus the warriors of the First became the Dark Angels, Knights of the Stars, led by a lord who had never known fear. The lion transformed his legion in his own image, proud, secretive, and unyielding. He divided them into wings, each specialised in a form of war. The fast Raven Wing, the indomitable Death Wing, and the others whose name remained shrouded in mystery even to this day. But beneath that iron discipline lay a flaw, a deep mistrust of others. The lion respected few of his brother Primarchs, and fewer still did call him friend. To Guilliman, he was coldly pragmatic. To Russ, a rival whose honour was always suspect. And to Kurz, he was the one man the Night Haunter could neither corrupt nor predict. During the Great Crusade, the lion's name became legend across 1,000 worlds. He was the Emperor's blade, swift, precise, and merciless. Yet his victories came at a cost. His secret nature alienated even his own sons. To the Dark Angels, their Primarch was a distant god, a being whose approval was rare and whose wrath was devastating. Still, none could deny his genius. On worlds like Zaramund, Predatus, and Sorash, the lion crushed Xenos empires and human heretics alike. But even then, the seeds of distrust were taking root. When the Emperor began to withhold secrets from his sons, the lion took it as confirmation that trust was a weakness. He sought order above all, an order he would impose if he must, by any means. Then came betrayal. Horus, the Warmaster, rose against the Emperor. The galaxy burned in civil war. The lion and his dark angels, positioned far across the stars, were caught behind the raging runestorm, unable to reach Terra, unable to join their brothers. Cut off, the Lion turned to Rabute Gulliman and Sanguinius, forming an alliance in the eastern fringe. Together they created Imperium Secundus, a desperate attempt to preserve their dream of humanity amid the storm. But trust did not come easily. Curs stalked them in the dark, whispering poison and prophecy. The Lion fought him, not once, but many times. Their final duel aboard the Invisible Reason left Curs shattered and bleeding, and the Lion's soul forever scarred. Through it all, the Lion's purpose remained absolute. He sought not glory, nor vengeance, but order. He would restore the Imperium, even if it meant standing alone. Yet, when the heresy ended, when Horus fell and Terra lay in ashes, the Lion returned home, and found his world in revolt. While the Lion fought among the stars, Luther's jealousy turned to bitterness. He began to question the Lion's right to rule, and in the silence of Caliban, darker voices began to answer. The whispers of chaos promised him freedom, power, and vengeance. When the Lion's fleet arrived, the fortress guns of Caliban opened fire. Brother turned upon brother. The Lion led his loyal sons to the surface to confront Luther himself. Their battle was apocalyptic, a clash of psychic might and gene-forged fury. The Lion fought not just a traitor, but the man who had once been his father, his brother, and his only friend. In the final moment, Luther struck the Lion down with a surge of warp energy. As the Primarch fell, the veil between reality and the warp tore open, consuming Caliban in a cataclysmic storm. When the storm subsided, Luther was left weeping, muttering that the Lion would return when the Imperium needed him most. The planet was gone. The Dark Angels gathered the surviving fragments of their fortress monastery, the Rock, and sealed their Primarch's body within. There he slept, neither dead nor alive. A secret known only to the highest ranks of the chapter. The shame of Caliban became the Dark Angels' curse. They called their scattered, corrupted brethren the Fallen, and swore to hunt them until the end of time. For 10,000 years the Lion slept. As the Imperium decayed, as faith replaced reason, and brother slew brother once more, the first Primarch remained entombed beneath unbroken rock. But the galaxy does not rest, and neither, it seems, did he. In the dark era of the Indomitus Crusade, as the galaxy split in two by the Great Rift, the Lion awoke. His body healed, his mind older, wiser, but still burning with purpose. He emerged into a galaxy far different from the one he had known. The Emperor was silent upon his golden throne. His brother Gulliman had returned as regent of the Imperium, and chaos ruled half the stars. Now the Lion walks as the Knight of the Nihilus, a solitary crusader within the Imperium's darkest half. He gathers loyal warriors, repentant fallen, and broken souls, fighting not for empire or glory, but for redemption. Where Gulliman leads armies of millions, the Lion fights wars unseen, cutting out corruption, slaying demagogues, freeing worlds swallowed by despair. He is a quieter war, a shadow war. And though he and Gulliman are brothers once more, there is a distance between them still. For where Gulliman sees governance, the Lion sees rot. Where Gulliman dreams of unity, the Lion dreams of justice. Lion El-Jonson embodies the paradox of the Imperium itself. He is noble yet secretive, righteous yet ruthless, human yet far above humanity. To the Dark Angels, he is salvation and judgment incarnate. To the Imperium, he is a weapon it lost, and perhaps the one it needs most. He represents the ideals of the Imperium that has long been forgotten. Duty without dogma, honour without faith, and order without cruelty. Yet, even he cannot escape the burden of secrecy. The fallen still wander the stars. The truth of Caliban still festers in silence, and the lion's own heart remains a mystery. Will he redeem his sons or condemn them? Will he serve his brother Gulliman or stand apart as he always has? Only time and war will tell. He is the first son of the Emperor, the guardian of humanity's oldest sin, and the last knight of a dying age. He is the hunter in the shadows, the blade in the dark. He is Lion El-Jonson. For the Emperor, for the Lion. That brings us to the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Lion El-Jonson's backstory. He is actually my favourite Primarch, and as a matter of fact, Mr. Nerd and I, over on our Nerdy Miniatures channel, we are actually looking into our 40k lore now, and I have picked the Dark Angels as my army to go in with, just because of how much I enjoy this character. Down in the description, you will find a link to that other channel. So if you enjoy Warhammer lore, you'll probably love it over there, as we build, paint, and soon battle our Warhammer armies against each other. So far, we've collected Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and most recently Kill Team, so if that piques your interest, then please have a look at that. Anyway, that is it from me today. Have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you are in the world. And as always, bye for now, guys.